Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a Copic coloring tutorial for skin. And actually, this video is supposed to be longer because I have 6 faces drawn here, and that's because I was going to show how to color different skin tones, like very pale skin tones and dark skin tones, and then like yellowy Asian skin tone. But I decided to split this video into 2 parts just so it wouldn't be as long as it was. It took forever. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to show how to color the first girl, the girl on the upper right, and it's a real-time process on how I color skin, and then I'm going to go through it very thoroughly so that you guys can have an idea. And then next week I'm going to upload the video with the tutorials for the other skin tones, which is going to be a bit more of a time lapse since there's a lot. And I'm also going to be uploading the skin cheat sheet next week of this image with the color codes. So let's get started. Going to start off with this girl, and I'm going to be coloring it the way I usually color. And I'm going to these are the basic colors I'm going to use. So I'm going to be using, this is my base, E50, and then for shade E51, and E70 for the browner parts. And then I'm gonna use R01 for an accent blush later. And the blender marker. The blender marker is very important, and I'll be using it in all of the skin colors. And I'm going to explain why in a bit. So my process is first, okay, let's just set everything. So my process is first off, I take the E50. Let me just move it to the other side because I'm left-handed and don't want it to obscure. Yes, okay, that's better. So I'm going to take the base color first, and this requires some knowledge about how light falls on the face, so I'll just give like a brief explanation, but I might do a video about this in the future. So you're going to color most parts with the base color, except for the parts where light hits the most, which is like this, the tip of the nose. So I'm just gonna leave that white, and then just feather it out. Color the jaw too, and here, this is like the bottom of the face before the actual fleshy part of the cheeks. I'm going to leave that highlighted. And I'm gonna make this side slightly darker, just so that the light kind of hits more here. I might do a future video explaining how lighting works for the face. This is more on like Copic colors and blending. And the chin, I'm actually gonna leave this kind of shiny because the chin gets oily. I'm just going to color everything of the skin. Here we have the base colors done. The colors might not be as accurate in the video, but I'll try to edit this like post-production so that they look as accurate as possible. And of course the cheat sheet. So this is where the blender comes in, and some of the highlighted areas look a bit edgy or stiff. So if you want the soft look, you can just blend the edges with the blender marker. Just a bit, don't like go crazy. So that's gonna dry later, and then let's start shading. Important parts to shade are here under the bangs, and then the eyes. I'm going to want to shade the corner, bottom of the nose, and actually a bit around the nose too, so that you just get an idea of the shape. This is very important. Like if you want it to get lighter here, you should color while flicking the brush upwards so that here it gets lighter and the transition is more natural. So flick in the direction of your light. And then let's just shade the neck. Since a lot of the light is here, the shadows stick around the side. And then we're just going to go back with the first color, E50, and then we're just gonna slightly blend that darker color out. Put a little here. And then we'll be using the brown, darkest color. I'm using an E70. It's a really desaturated brown that works well for shadows. It's not as harsh as like a bright brown. You can also use the techniques I'm teaching you with other brands of markers. I know Color has a set of skin tone markers, and Shinhan touches are also popular. Shinhan touch markers. And these techniques can also be used. I think they have similar colors for these. So I'm just putting the brown on the parts that are the darkest. And then I'm just gonna go back with the E51, the color I use mainly for shading, just to add depth to the brown. Layer over it. And then I'm gonna just add a blush. I'm using R01. Just add some blush to the cheeks and do the flicking motion to kind of lightly feather it out. Get lighter and a little bit to the nose. Mostly here at this area, the center of the face. That's where blood rushes to the face the most. And yeah, we're done. This is how I usually color skin tone. It's a very safe bet. It kind of has a more yellowish undertone, so I use it for a lot of my manga characters and Asian characters. So that's how I color my skin tones, and next week we're going to be getting the rest of the video, which is how to color different kinds of skin tones. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial and process on that too. And of course, the cheat sheet is going up next week with all of the skin color combinations. So if you're excited for those, show some love to the thumbs up button down below and subscribe to my channel. I do weekly uploads, sometimes marker speed paints or watercolor or even art supply reviews. So if you enjoy those, you're going to enjoy the channel. So that's it for this week's video, and thanks for watching!